Neil Curtis from the Sun. Louis, is the biggest danger that you take it too easy tomorrow, thinking you're already through?
Yes, but I don't think that my players shall take it easy. So, no, I don't. I don't think, because we have the same preparation, and I don't think that they shall start differently as last week.
How important was Marouane's goal last week?
Very important, because now we can start this game with a lot of confidence more. But as you know, maybe we had to finish it much earlier, also in that game.
James, can I ask Marouane, you've had a year now playing under the manager. How would you say Manchester United play under Louis, and do you think it's a style suited for the Champions League?
You can repeat the question because I don't hear you.
Do you think the style of Manchester United under Louis van Gaal suits the Champions League?
Do you think the style of football that Louis plays with the team suits Champions League football?
Yes, of course. I think at the moment we do well. We don't concede the goals. We can score. And everyone knows we have a lot of quality in the team. So we can do well in the Champions League.
Louis, Ian Layden from Daily Mail. Although this game against a smaller team than some of the teams in England, because of what it means, is it in some way the most important game that you've played yet with Manchester United?
Yes, because it's our aim. It was last year our aim to participate in the Champions League, and still we are not participating. It's a preliminary round, so it's very important, and you have to play the game, and at the end you have to have scored more than one goal as the opponent, and they have won also from our Greek opponent with 3-0. So they are capable to do that, and with the support of the fans. And we have seen the fans in Manchester, so I think they shall support them a lot.
David McDonald from the Daily Mirror. You spoke to us on Saturday and said that Marouane gave you a different option in attack. Where do you see his best position for you? Because he has been played as a deeper midfielder before. Can you tell us where you see him most effective?
He can play in a 9 position and the 10, but he can also play 6 and 8. But this year he shall play more at 10 and 9 than at 6 and 8, because there we have other players. You agree?
What's pleased you the most so far in your team, during the start of the season? What have you thought your team has done the best so far, please?
Until now, of course, our defensive organization. I've said it already in many press conferences that I divided football in 4 main moments, and we have 2 moments that the opponent has the ball, and then we are on our best, I think. And we have proved that also last year already. But now we are continue with a lot of clean sheets. So that's very important. But we have to improve when we have the ball, and that I have said also.
Hi, Marouane, John Murray from the BBC. The manager's talked about the different positions that you might have to play in. Could you talk a little bit about how you have to think about playing in those different positions?
But in the past, I played number 10 and number 9 sometimes when I have to help the team. So I can play there and I can help my teammates and my team. So for me, it's not important where I play. For me, the most important is to win the game. That's it.
How different though?
Well, of course, it's different to play midfield and striker on number 10. But I enjoy all position I can play.
Louis, James Cooper from Sky. You said the challenge was to get into the Champions League, but how confident are you you've got the squad that's equipped to actually compete and go a long way in the competition, or do you need to add to it?
Yeah, we have to wait and see. Also, the draw is also dependable of the quality of our opponents. But first, we have to beat Brugge, and that's difficult enough. So let's wait and see if we are continuing in this Champions League, because that is the most important thing.
Hi Louis, Jack Pembroke from The Independent. Your team always dominates possession, but do you think it's easier to create goal-scoring chances in the Premier League or the Champions League?
Again?
Is it easier to turn possession into chances in Europe or in Premier League?
Now, till now, maybe you're right, but I don't think so. I think we were a little bit unlucky. When you see yesterday Liverpool-Arsenal, for example, also 0-0, but you cannot say that they cannot score goals. But they can score goals, both sides, but they were also unlucky. And great goalkeepers.
You place a great importance on your players in the squad being fit and playing matches. How difficult is it for you at the moment with people like Rojo and De Gea when your under-21s don't have any games? How are they getting fit at home and how are they getting ready for games?
That's a great problem. You are right, but the only way is to play matches in the second team, because that's the first step to come back. So now 7 to 8 players have to play against Ajax, young Ajax, second team, at Thursday, because they need also to play 90 minutes, and Rojo shall play 60 minutes.
Why haven't the 21s got any matches for a month? Why is that?
Why?
Your under-21 team have a month between their games, so
Yeah.
why is that?
I don't know, you have to ask the federation, I think.
Je mag allemaal iets vragen in het Nederlands voor de Belgische.
Ik kan dat, ja. Maar ik weet niet of het toegestaan wordt door de UEFA.
Het is een algemene vraag. Wat vindt u van het feit dat de Belgische en Nederlandse topclubs niet veel meer kunnen betekenen in de Champions League, gezien de budgetten die ze hebben, in vergelijking met de absolute topclubs, die voor één speler al heel veel geld kunnen inzetten?
Ja, ik ben een coach die daar nog altijd in blijft geloven. Ik denk dat de Nederlanders en de Belgen zich moeten concentreren op waar zij goed in zijn. En in het opleiden van jeugd zijn ze goed. En ik denk dat je nog altijd een Nederlandse club of een Belgische club kan krijgen die in ieder geval meedoet met de top. Daar geloof ik in. Alleen, ja, dan moet je wel zorgen dat je jeugdopleiding heel goed is. Want ja, je kan niet meer op tegen het grote geld van bijvoorbeeld Manchester United of Manchester City of Real Madrid of Barcelona. Daar kan Ajax niet meer tegenop en Club Brugge ook niet. Dus je moet het hebben van je jeugdopleiding en dat moet je bij elkaar kunnen houden. En dat is niet zo gemakkelijk, dat weet ik wel. Want ook die spelers worden waarschijnlijk weer weggekocht. Maar het is wel mogelijk.
perhaps for the English-speaking audience in here, the question asked to Mr. Van Gaal was, how do you feel about little games or little teams in European championships like Ajax or Club Brugge? Isn't the gap getting too big for them? And Mr. Van Gaal replied that he's very optimistic about that. He believes that these teams still have a chance. But if they, on the condition that they invest in youth and keep on supporting youth so that they're able to sell those players to bigger teams. And that way Mr. Van Gaal thinks that these teams actually do have something to say on the European front.
Optimistic is a little bit over-exaggerated. I believe in it, I have said. I believe in it, and I'm not optimistic because the gap is big, of course. But you have to believe in it, and you have to concentrate where you are good in. And that's why I think at the youth education, when you see now Manchester United, for example, how many young players we have and play. So we are starting with Shaw. Then Depay, Januzaj. Then Lingard, McNair. They are all playing in this squad. And sometimes they shall play more matches. It's dependable also what is happening in the transfer period. But we are starting to make a mixture. And I think it's always important to make a mixture from youth players and older players. And also in the Netherlands you can do that, and also in Brugge.
Do you think you have the mix now at Manchester United that you had at Ajax in 93, 94, 95?
They was still younger at that time. We won the final with 18, 19 years old, but also with players like Carrick and Schweinsteiger. At that time it was Frank Rijkaard and Danny Blind. They were above the 30 years. But I believe in that, in a mix always. And but of course it is more difficult now for the Belgian clubs, and of course for the clubs from the Netherlands, because they cannot keep the talented boys. Memphis Depay, PSV could not keep him.
Well, could Manchester United still win the Champions League with the mix you had with Ajax, with a lot of young players in?
Yes, yes, I believe in that. Yeah, I believe more in a mix than players only from 27 till 34.
Okay, last two questions. One here.
What was the key moment in your Champions League winning year with Ajax, with the young players and the mixture you had then, where you thought, oh, we can win it?
That was the match. We played then the first match against AC Milan, and they were the champion of the year before. And then we played with players like Seedorf, 16 years old, and Kanu, 18 years, Kluivert, 18 years, and we beat AC Milan 2 times, away and at home. And from that time, we were believing in it that we could win. And then we played in the semi-final Bayern München, and we played 5-2. But then we played in the final against AC Milan again, and that was how do you say, challenging the luck, because we have won already 2 times. But fortunately, it was not the best match of Ajax, the best final, but we won 1-0. Goal scorer Kluivert, 18 years old.
What you did?
Okay.
What you did?
Sorry, Stuart.
Louis, is this an opportunity to play the likes of Pereira, Hernandez and Marouane, who haven't started this season? Or because you've only got 18 players, so you're quite a small group.
Yeah, I forgot, for example, Pereira, Lingard, Pereira. We have a lot of young players, McNair, Blackett. John Stone has showed his talents in the USA, for example. They are not so old. And then we have a great part of the selection is 25 years, 25, 26. And then we have 2 older guys, and these are Carrick and Schweinsteiger. So I think our mixture is good, but you cannot compare it with the mixture that I had at 95.
The players like Herrera, Hernandez that haven't started many games this season, is this an opportunity to play those guys, or will you stick with the players that you started yourself far?
No, well, you shall see. We shall need every player. We shall need every player because the Premier League demands so much. So I have to rotate.
Okay, last question from David.
Marouane, it's 2 years this week since you joined Manchester United. Your first season was difficult, but how do you reflect on those 2 years, and particularly last season and this season?
Yeah, everyone knows my first season was difficult, but now it's the past. So now I look forward. Okay, yeah, last year I did quite well, and I want to continue like that. I know my teammate, I know the philosophy of the manager, I know the manager. So for me, I'm just looking forward to do well and score some goals.